Gather round. It's time for your Real Estate Chalk Talk with the Hittner Group at Coldwell Banker Burning. Listen closely as your coaches discuss the culture, the economy, and the political scene, and how it affects your home and your real estate investments. Real Estate Chalk Talk is where you learn the science of buying and selling real estate and the art of living in your home. Your education begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome back. This is Real Estate Chalk Talk. We're broadcasting from the Rack Shack Barbecue Studios. You can reach us by calling 612-627-8000, 612-627-8000. Next segment, Kelvin's going to be here. He's talking about the mortgage hacks for the week. Kelvin's number directly is 651-231-2500, 651-231-2500, the best phone number in the continental United States.
It is.
For more than one reason. We have Sheila in the studio here from Successful Simplicity. We had wagers of whether or not you're going to be on time.
I won.
Good one.
I won. You were on time. You were good and early.
Talk to us about your business.
Sure.
What is that business?
It is a professional organizing business.
Okay.
And what I do is I work one-on-one with my clients. And that might be a stay-at-home mom. And she wants me to come in and help with organizing her kitchen or how to manage all the toys in the house. It might be a small business owner who's just kind of getting launched and trying to figure out how to stay productive and manage their time well and get everything they need done during their business day. So it's a whole wide continuum of people that I work with.
Have you, you haven't seen my office?
I have not.
It looks as though somebody came in, and not the one at the office, the one at home. It looks like someone came in and just piled stuff on the desk,
Yeah.
right? Because, and I gripe about it all the time because I have things on the desk. I know where they are,
Yeah.
right? I know I'm going to want them someday, and I don't know where to put them
Until then.
until then.
This is the conversation that Calvin and I were just having.
Is that-
Calvin's moving offices. Going to
It's
have a new
wonderful that
location.
We're just dumping, shredding everything possible.
But the point of it is that it's the retrieving of it.
Yeah.
You know, that's the key is that when you pack it away somewhere, all right, it's great it's gotten off your desk. How do you deal with that?
Well, that's a really good question because I think we kind of have this perception that we are going to go back to it someday or, you know, those what if situations. And so I try to encourage people to think about where else could you get this information? You know, do you really need the paper copy? Because we get inundated with information and kind of our first impulse is often to, well,
Save it.
I should print this out, I should save this. But there's a statistic that we, you know, utilize 20% of our information, or well, I guess not just information, but 20% of our things 80% of the time.
Right.
And so there's this huge amount of things that we're hanging on to that are for those what if occasions. So it takes a little bit of time to kind of separate yourself from those things and kind of prioritize what are the things that I'm really touching all the time and then that I want to be able to get to. But the thing is, people have different levels of what they consider to be organized. And so to me, it's important that it doesn't have to look pretty, it doesn't have to be clutter-free, but if you know what you have and you know where to find it, that's the most important thing.
Do you ever find, Senior, if you would just scan and email, scan it and then just put it in a file, in a folder on your computer? Is that helpful, or then do you
It is
prefer-
helpful, but you can lose stuff on your computer real easy.
You can.
Oh yeah, it's just
Like, where is
buried
that
down
now?
into files,
Yeah.
into files, into files, into files. It does force you to think about it. It forces you to, but then you could wind up like my Sheila, my wife's name is Sheila.
Yeah.
And so you wind up with her where everything is on her desktop. And she actually, her desktop scrolls because there's so much stuff on it.
Oh, that's a whole nother
That's not good for,
situation.
that's not good for,
Everything's top level.
That's intervention.
yeah.
Yeah,
So when
so-
your computer's running slowly, that's because your
That's why.
RAM is all being chewed up with
With desktop stuff.
documents.
Yeah. All right. So, who is your main customer? Do you think? I mean, who's your ideal customer?
My ideal customer, who I really enjoy working with, are those women-owned small business owners. It's
Why women-owned? Are you discriminatory against men?
no,
Okay.
no, but it's just
Just
one of
curious.
those things where you can really relate to that situation.
All right, so-
having to launch my own.
How long have you been doing this?
13 years.
13 years.
Oh,
What
God,
made
that's
you
awesome.
want to do this?
Well, I started out in the social work field,
Mhm.
and
All right. I see
after
a little bit crossover there.
yeah, after several years, and with my own family situation, that just got to be too much, and so I spent several years trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and then I kind of realized that this was an emerging field, and it was something that could be a blend between the social work, because a lot of people who are disorganized because of underlying circumstances, and so there's a lot of overlap that ends
Yeah.
up happening in that
Almost
respect.
like an intervention.
Well, people are like, this is so much cheaper than counseling and therapy. So I do end up doing that a lot.
Yeah.
My clients cry with me sometimes, so it's been a great background to have.
Have you ever gotten into, gone into like a garbage house or you know what I mean? Like
Hoarders.
Hoarding situation. Well, we have abilities to kind of advertise what we specialize in.
All right.
And so people who work with hoarding situations really need an extra level of training, and you really kind of need a team in place, because if you think about a hoarding situation, one individual organizer coming in, it would take an extensive amount of time.
Right.
And so I personally do not do that, but we have members of our chapter who specialize in that and have extra training in how to do that.
Oh, so tell me about the chapter. What chapter is this that you're referring
Yeah,
to?
well, there's a national association called the NAPO, National Association of Professional Productivity and Organizing Professionals, and then we have a Minnesota chapter that kind of covers the North Dakota, South Dakota, and Iowa as well. And so we have membership meetings regularly, and we adhere to a code of ethics, and so we always recommend that people try to seek someone out from NAPO, because we kind of have that extra level of training that we do, and that code of ethics and confidentiality practices and so on.
And you have one coming up here in January,
We
right?
do, yeah. It's called Go Month, Get Organized Month, kind of getting the year off to a good start.
January 2018. Make a resolution, get organized.
Yeah, yep. And so this year is on January 8th, and it's in the evening, and it's open to the public, and it's a focus on productivity. And people particularly who have their own businesses and are feeling like they're struggling with how to be productive during their day and get everything done that they need to do to manage their day. And so that's going to be, Monday evening, January 8th. And
Where is that located?
well, we do our meetings in different areas throughout the Twin Cities, and so this one in particular is over in St. Paul. And our website, napominnesota.com, has on their homepage, they have a link to the event, and you can register right online.
So you get some tips and tricks right there. How long
Yeah.
is the event?
It's 2 hours.
Okay.
Yep, and if you want to come a little earlier at 6 o'clock, you can do some networking, and then the formal presentation starts at 7.
7 to 9.
And it's
7
all,
to 8:30, yep.
and it's all on how to get better organized, correct?
Yep, kind
get
of
things
time
done.
time and productivity management, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and so each time we have a meeting for the public, it has a little bit different focus.
Give the website again for that meeting.
Yeah, it's napominnesota.com.
Cool, thanks.
And do you ever go into small businesses? I just think of my loan officers. It'd be great for them to have someone just talk on productivity, getting more done. Organizing your day, organizing your
Not so much as come in and organize me, but come in and speak to my team.
and just that they pick up tips and tricks.
Yeah, there are members of our organization who do public speaking regularly, and our board president right now, she is on television quite a bit on the local programs talking about organizing. So yeah, you can definitely find people who specialize. One of our members in particular can the clutter and CTC productivity. She specializes in that.
Interesting. Good.
Let's just come back to your business now. So you get a call from Junior here, and you walk into his. You want to come out there and help him get organized. Just walk through that process. What's the consulting
Yeah.
the initial conversation look
Yeah.
like, and then how long does a project like that typically take? And
Right. Well, how long it takes is very different, but the usual process is very similar. So the initial meeting we do kind of an extensive assessment where they'll walk me through their spaces and talk about what's working well and what's not working well. And it affords me an opportunity to ask a lot of questions and really kind of drill down and figure out what does your daily life look like. And how do you use your kitchen? Everyone uses their kitchen a little differently. People just think kitchens are kitchens, but they're really not. And so we really go in depth with people and talk with them about their particular circumstance and what their particular struggles are. And then it's up to me to kind of figure out, okay, this is how we're going to tackle this process. And so a lot of times it might be physical organizing, and we focus on kind of sorting and grouping and categorizing things, getting things out that they don't need anymore, or in their, if their food's expired, that kind of thing. And then on the tail end of it is when we really reorganize. So a lot of people go to Target and they buy a bunch of bins and bring them home and think, I'm going to get organized.
Somewhere.
And then they figure out, oh, I'm kind of doing this backwards.
Yeah.
These bins don't work. They don't
Right.
fit the space.
So we'll have them give you a call at 612-920-0747.
Correct.
And it's successfulsimplicity.com is the website. Thank you for coming in, Sheila. We
You bet.
appreciate your time. This is Real Estate Chalk Talk. We're going to head out to break here. We'll be right back.
Barbecue.